Yep. You already know who it is. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And we got the win, y'all. We got the win. You know what I mean? Play Detroit and DC today. You know what I mean? On a good Valentine's Day. A great gift for all Wizards fans that love them. You know what I'm saying? We got to win. So, you know, I was really happy with the way that we played overall tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just looked like it was a great team win. Although, Kyle Kuzma, I feel, was the leader. And like I was saying in earlier live streams, after we heard about the trade and knowing Bradley Beal was going to be hurt and not come back for the season, that Kuzma was going to have to step up. And you've already seen him take the leadership role as the season's progressed. You know what I mean? So just to see him take it to the next level was definitely a good look. But there were some other great things that I saw tonight. There were also some negatives as well, and we're going to start with the negatives tonight, you know what I mean? So, there were a few. First and foremost, man, Sadiq Bey, I guess him coming back to the DMV, he felt real good because he took it out on us early. He had 11 of the first 13 points for the Pistons, and he ended the first quarter with 13 points. I think we did a better job on him as the game went on. How much did he end up with? He ended up with 24, you know what I'm saying? But he scored 13 points in the first quarter alone, so 11 points the rest of the game. So he was a factor, don't get it wrong, he was a factor throughout the game, but he had his best moments of the game in the first quarter, you know what I mean? So I didn't like that he had a fast start, but we were able to somewhat contain him the rest of the game. We had two ugly, just like off jump, just two bad turnovers to start the game. And fortunately, it didn't help us lose the game. You don't lose the game in the first quarter. You could lose in the fourth. We all know that. But just to start the game with sloppy against the team with the worst record in the league, it's like that's just, playing down to the competition. I feel like if we played a much better team, we may have started the game with a much sharper focus. But, we got it together after those first few turnovers and we started to play better. So I don't want to harp too much on that. Also, we already know we have a liability on the defensive end in regard to the point guard position. Neto is the starter right now, and he might be the starter for the remainder of the season. And then Ish Smith is backing him up. And I like Ish Smith. I like Neto at times, you know what I'm saying? I felt Neto played one of his better games tonight overall. And I can't even blame him for what I'm about to mention on the things I don't like section. However, it was obvious that the game plan was to go at Neto early, take him to the post and post him up, because that's what the Pistons were doing. And he was causing a lot of, defensive mismatches, because when he gets posted up, automatically a player from our team would try to double team, and that would lead to a pass to the open shooter. You know what I mean? They swung the ball around and got some wide open threes, only because we have to double in the paint, because Neto is just too small for a big point guard, someone like a Cade Cunningham. You know what I mean? Just a big point guard. We're gonna have this problem throughout the remainder of the season. You know what I mean? So we might as well get used to it, but I still don't like it at all, man, that our starting point guard is small. That is something we're definitely going to have to address next season. You know what I mean? Because even our third point guard, Cassius Winston, he's small too. Like, we just got small point guards. You know what I mean? And it's good for now. We got to work with what we have, but that is something we have to address. We've been used to having a big point guard when we had John Wall, and then we moved to Russell Westbrook. And even Spencer Dinwiddie, even though he wasn't that good a defender, he was still a big point guard. So that is definitely a liability that we're going to have to shore up moving forward. Our three-point defense, especially in the second quarter, and then at times in the fourth quarter, was lacking a little. Well, not even a little bit. It was lacking. And let them get back into the game. There were times where we had control of the game, and it looked like we were going to run away with it, but then we just had some mental lapses, and they got wide open threes and got themselves back in the game. A lead is never too safe in the NBA, even if it's a double-digit lead, because the three-pointer, these guys are professionals, so they make hitting threes look so easy. You know what I mean? And a team could get back in the game very fast if they hit 3-4 3-pointers in a row. And that's exactly what happened tonight, especially in the second quarter going into halftime. We had the 12-point lead. We had the 12-point lead in the second quarter. Looked like we were going to run away with the game. And then they hit 3-pointers, went on a run to close the second quarter out on a 22-10 run and tie the game up at 50 apiece. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like that at all. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't like that. We also went cold from the three-point line. We were only 3 for 14 in the first half of the game. You know what I mean? So, again, this is a problem that we've been having a lot this season, just not being able to hit threes. We got good shots, but we're just not hitting threes. And I just think, with players like Kispert, I just feel like they just got to work on their threes. But in the second half, they shot the ball much better from the three-point line, so let's give them credit for that. And I just think as moving forward in their careers, especially in the summer, they're going to get all of the players we keep and the players we bring in are going to get better at shooting threes over the summer, and we're going to be a much better three-point shooting team next season. Cade Cunningham, he started to get hot. We contained him in the first half. We got him into foul trouble, and I really liked that. But he started to get a little hot in the third quarter, and you could see the potential. But he's not one of the better number one picks that stood out. He's not like how LeBron James was. Even John Wall. When he was picked number one, I felt John Wall looked better as a rookie. Even though Cade can shoot better than John Wall, John Wall jumped off the screen as soon as he got in the league and as soon as the regular season started in his first year. And I think Cade Cunningham is on that level starting this season. He's still a good rookie. You see the potential. And I think he's going to be a great player, you know what I'm saying? But he did show flashes. Then in the third quarter, he definitely got hot, man. So we were able to contain him better in the fourth quarter, and fortunately, he wasn't enough to make us lose the game, man. So, but I still wanted to call that out. I felt we lost focus in the third quarter. Again, we had the game, we let them come back in the second quarter and tie the game up going into halftime. But then again, in the third quarter, we took control of the game again. Looked like we were going to run away with the game. But we started to lose focus on defense, and they started getting wide open shots to the paint, wide open threes, and they just got right back in the game. I believe they took the lead briefly as well. You know what I mean? So, we still have problems with lapses on defense at times in games that we got to get better at. But overall, I still felt we played a high energy, high effort defensive game today. You know what I mean? It wasn't perfect. It wasn't always pretty. They got some easy shots, but it was the effort that I liked, the energy that I liked, the way they played together. It just looked like they're a much more relaxed bunch with the subtractions that happened at the trade deadline. They just look like a better team. And it looks like also Coach Unseld, like I was telling people before the trade deadline, when it looked like he forgot how to coach and he was just having these bad lineups in, it felt like the strings were being pulled, like he was being told who to play and who not to play and stuff like that. I just feel like right now he's beginning to get his control of the team and he's beginning to coach the team the way he wants to coach it. The rotations were cut down, although a lot of the players that didn't play tonight were G League players and players that we know weren't going to get time. But just to see that he mentioned that he likes a 10-man, 9-man rotation. That's what he prefers, and that's what he stuck with today. You know what I mean? So he looks like he's more comfortable with the way he likes to coach, and it looked like he's getting back to having the right players in for the most part. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, like I said, with Neto, I mean, we have a deficiency at the point guard position when it comes to defense. So we can't get mad if we feel like Neto's in the game a little too long, unless he's turning the ball over and just doing dumb stuff, then put Ish Smith in. But even if you substitute Neto for Ish Smith, it's still going to be a liability. We're going to have 48 minutes of liability at the point guard position on defense. That's what it's going to be for the rest of the season, man. And then we had a scoring drought in the fourth quarter. I believe to start the fourth quarter, let the Pistons get back in the game and, like I said, take the lead. But we got it together, and then we closed the game out and won the game in the fourth towards the end, man. We just clamped down. So I definitely like that, man. But that's all I dislike, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, it was, just for what we have, we know we don't have a true superstar, a true go-to player, even though Kuzma is making the case that that's what he wants, and he's playing like he's wants to be that type of player. You know what I mean? So, but just to see them stick together, even though there was adversity at times throughout the game, stick together and get the win, it was a beautiful thing, man. I just like the development of this team and where we're headed. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get to the things that I like, man. And off jump, man, I just noticed our ball movement again, man. Addition by subtraction. You know what I mean? Getting rid of players that weren't fitting the team the way we needed to fit them. We got rid of players that took quick bad threes. We got rid of players that hold on to the ball too long and not distribute, not get the teammates involved, keeping the ball moving. You know what I mean? So getting rid of those players. Now the team looks well-oiled, moving the ball, passing up a decent shot for a better shot or a good shot for a great shot. You know what I mean? It just looks like a much better offense. Much more balance on the offensive end. I believe, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, I didn't even, I looked at the box score and didn't even recognize, the starting five, all five players scored in double figures. So that just tells you right there. The starting five, all five players scoring in double figures, that we're moving the ball. Everybody's getting a touch. Nobody is being ball dominant. And then, Kuzma takes over when he needs to take over, but he's still looking to pass the ball, and he's hustling on the defensive end and rebounding and just being a leader out there, man. So, and he looks like he's a pass first, even though he scores when we need him to. It looks like he's looking for the pass. He's looking to get his teammates involved. So I really like the way Kuzma is coming along, man. We also caused turnovers throughout the night, man. You know what I'm saying? Drew fouls. Got Kay Cunningham in foul trouble. I think he ended up with 5 fouls tonight, man. He didn't foul out, but we got him in foul trouble. And we were just drawing fouls, going to the hole, and I definitely like what I saw in regards to that, man. Neto, like I mentioned earlier, man, I felt he played a good game tonight. He was a pest on defense, you know what I mean? Just, again, high energy, moving the ball. And then in the fourth quarter, he had some key layups that helped us solidify the win. You know what I'm saying? So for all the slack we give Neto at times, I felt tonight he had one of his better games, man. Thomas Bryant, he was efficient in the first half especially. I think he ended the game. How much did he end the game with? Thomas Bryant ended it with only 11 points. So he only scored 2 points in the second half. But in the first half, he had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 for 5 shooting. Just a nice, efficient game, not trying to do too much. I wish he had more, presence on the rebounding side of things. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a liability. But when we get Porzingis back, I won't say back. He hasn't played for us. But once he gets there, that might help us on the boards, and we might get better results on the defensive boards. That is a weakness. And although, like I said, he played Bryant, he's still on a minutes restriction. He still gave us high energy. And again, just took some good shots, didn't try to do too much. So I liked how he played tonight, man. Our bench made an immediate impact. Rui, before he got hurt, that's something I didn't like. Rui getting hurt, stepping on Bagley's foot, twisted his ankle, and he was out for the rest of the game. But before he got injured, he was getting to the hole, drawing fouls, even playing some tough all-ball defense, getting some good steals, man. He just looks much more enthusiastic, much more energy on the court, much more effort, and just looks like he's getting much more comfortable. Since he's coming back from his injury, man. So it was unfortunate that he got hurt tonight, man. But before he got hurt, I definitely like what I saw from him. Denny, man, I like what I'm seeing from Denny. You know what I'm saying? He had 12 points tonight, but what it was even more important, he had a double-double tonight, 12 points, 15 tough rebounds. He was very physical tonight. On top of the good defense, he even had a couple of assists, 3 assists tonight. But those rebounds, the physical presence that Denny played with, just getting in the mix and making sure he came out with the rebound, getting hurt up, smacked up, whatever it takes to get the board. I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, man, because I think him knowing he's going to get minutes and he's going to be a part of the rotation game in and game out, I think he comes ready to play. Even when it was inconsistent before the trade deadline, where there was times he didn't play and then other games he did play. He still played with good effort, but there were times where I felt, he might not play that much. And I don't want to say he pouted, because I don't think I've ever seen him pout per se, but his effort wasn't always the same when he wasn't getting consistent playing time. But now that he's getting that consistent playing time, he's consistently giving that good effort and being in at the end of the games and key moments and making key plays to help us seal the win. And tonight was no exception, man. So I definitely Denny is definitely developing very nicely, man. Just showing that he has heart and he's tough. He's even hitting threes now, just hitting shots, getting better. I mean, we got to give our coaching staff some credit for the development of these young players, man. Corey Kispert, I like what he did tonight again. Just another smart game, rebounding, scoring when he has a chance, making the right pass, playing good defense. Our development of our young players is something that we have to admire, man, because I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Denny and Corey Kispert and Rui as well when he's been on the court, man. So, you know what I mean? I like what I'm seeing, man. Ish Smith, man, what I really like about getting Ish Smith back is we're playing at a much better pace, much faster pace with Neto and Ish Smith running the point guard position. You know what I'm saying? And then Kuzma as well, ball handling, making sure, getting the rebound and, taking it down the court. You know what I mean? Like, he's not passing it up. He has a good enough handle that he can take the basketball from one end of the court to the other, man. So I definitely like what I saw from Ish Smith just pushing the pace, as well as Neto, man. You know what I mean? Anthony Gill, again, a true professional, making the most of the minutes that he's getting. We're shorthanded at the center position. He's a small center, but he plays with effort and just plays smart. And he gave us some big quality minutes, especially in the fourth quarter, made some big plays that helped us seal the win, man. So I definitely like what I saw from him. We started to take control in the second quarter. We took a double-digit lead, like I said earlier, but then we gave it up and we let them tie the game going into halftime. But then again, in the fourth quarter, we went back up and we this time took control of the game, clamped up towards the end of the fourth quarter, and basically took the game, man. We're just a better team, although we don't have any superstars, our lineup is still better than the Pistons, and we shouldn't have lost to this team, man. You know what I mean? And we didn't lose to them. So I definitely like what I saw, and I like the fact that we took control of the game and got the win. You know what I mean? That was the most important thing, getting the win. KCP played one of his better games tonight. Started to get hot in the second quarter, hitting some threes, hitting some key jumpers, not turning the ball over tonight. Still arguing with the refs a little too much. I think he got a tech tonight, you know what I mean? And maybe, I think he kind of had a point tonight, so I'm not going to give him hell for barking at the refs, you know what I'm saying? But I felt he played a good game tonight, was very efficient scoring the ball, and gave out a few assists as well. So he had a nice game. I like that, man. And like I mentioned earlier, we got Cunningham in foul trouble in the second quarter, and he had a play. Yeah, although he got a little hot in the third quarter, just us getting him into foul trouble was, to me, big because we were putting pressure on him. He's a rookie, you know what I mean? He has a lot of potential, but he's still got to work on his defensive game, you know what I mean? And for us to get him in foul trouble just shows that we were making an effort to get to the hole and being aggressive on the offensive end. Kuzma, MVP of the game. MVP of the game, man. Didn't have a double-double tonight, but still ended the game with 23.7 rebounds. But he had 17 points in the third quarter alone. I mean, he was very hot in the third quarter, and he paced us so well in the third quarter and set the tone for us in the second half, man. He just got hot. He started to look like a player that's like, yo, I can do this. Now, if he starts doing this game in and game out, then I might have to change my stance. Because right now, I'm just saying he's a good player. On a 1 to 10 scale, I'm giving him a nice 7. We could even bump it up to a 7.5. But he's not an elite 9-5 player like a KD. He ain't no KD. He ain't no Giannis, you know what I mean? Ain't no player yet that game in and game out we can count on him to take over the game. Again, we were playing an inferior opponent. So for him to take over the game against Detroit was good because they're all NBA players, but that's not one of the better teams. Can he do that against an elite team, a good team, a playoff team? I don't know yet. I don't know if he could do that consistently, but I'm still liking the way he's developing. And if he keeps playing like this, going into next season, or even this season when Porzingis gets on the floor and he has a 1-2 punch to play with, then we could see what he can do with another big-time player on the court. You know what I mean? But I'm liking his development, and he's definitely a key piece to the future, man. He got to be a key piece to the future. And last but not least, man, like I said, we started the game. The first half, we couldn't hit the 3, but we hit the 3 when it mattered in the fourth quarter, man. We were starting to hit big threes, and it came off pushing the ball, pushing the pace, getting, guys like Kispert wide open, in rhythm shots, man. And it's because of the pace of the game. Again, Ish Smith pushing the pace, Neto pushing the pace. The team spotting up, getting to their spots so they can get the ball, catch and shoot, and making good threes. And, man, we just played a good game. Again, it was a team win tonight, man. Everybody contributed. The ball was moving efficiently and effectively. Man, I enjoyed watching the game tonight, man. And, getting the win just makes it much more sweeter, man. So, again, man, we have a nice, easy I think they said we got the easiest schedule for the rest of the season, man. So we gotta beat teams like this, and we did that tonight, man. So again, man, I like what I saw tonight. We got the win, man. We got the win. So anyway, man, that's really all I got tonight, man. Nothing too exciting. You know what I mean? It wasn't a surprise win. We were favored to win. We were on our home court, and we were playing the team with the worst record in the league. We should get the win, and we did. So our chances to make the play-in are still alive and well, and we're still developing chemistry, and it looks like our team camaraderie is much better. And I just like the way that they're playing. Nice team basketball. The way that we were playing earlier in the season, it's like we're getting back to it, man. So, again, I just feel like Coach Unseld has gotten the strings. The strings are gone, and he's able to coach the way he wants to coach now. That's what it looks like to me. Because like I said in earlier live streams, prior to the trade, right before the trade deadline, though, I was like, yo, I'm not going to give Unseld a pass per se, but I can see when he doesn't have full control, when the coach doesn't have full control, and that's what it was looking like. But now it's beginning to be like, okay, we're going to let you do what you want to do and coach the team the way you want to coach them. So that's what I'm beginning to feel, and that's what I'm seeing, and it's reflecting on the court with just the way that they're playing good team basketball, man. So, again, man, great win, and we got to continue this, man. So anyway, man, if y'all like what y'all saw, man, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on the Xbox Series X and S on NBA 2K22. You know what I mean? Find me running around in the park, things of that nature. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, great win, great win. Valentine's Day, great win. So it was just a great night, man, all the way around, man. So anyway, man, enjoy the rest of your evening. Until next game, take care. Peace.